Action!
Okay, all right. Why are you laughing? So there's a story why I'm standing here next to this meat in this very fancy high-tech grill. I was at the pub last night and I met these pretty interesting dudes from Denmark.
Nowhere, in the middle of the black hole.
Yeah, so for whatever reason, the three of us separately decided to come to the northern part of Europe in the dead of winter. It snows every day, constantly snowing every day. But yeah, we started talking. I'm a chef, there's a grill, he had reindeer meat, and it was like, let's get together. So now, we're on the side of a lake, which you cannot see, but it's vast and beautiful. And we are absolutely in the middle of nowhere, I promise you. Like, it took an hour to get here. We have been getting offered this wonderful Buffalo Trace product that one of the three of us cannot stand.
Don't cry.
No, I rather sleep outside naked than drink that way. You know?
Yeah, so we're having a little bit of this. And yeah, we're just grilling some meat, talking shit, but all the pieces kind of fell into place last night, and yeah, we all get along, so we're gonna here at a beautiful cabin on the side of the lake, grilling some native reindeer meat that actually had reindeer hair on it. Respect! You know, farm to table. It wasn't this processed, machined, industrialized complex that it came out of. Someone shot it and cut it up, and he bought a piece, and now we're gonna grill it. And what kind of grill are we gonna do? What do we got here?
Over here we have like Kamado grill, and we're gonna do some deer steaks with the mushrooms. Yeah, but it's portobello mushrooms with the cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do also today. So let's see how it goes.
All right. Oh yeah. What cut is this? Do you remember?
What?
What cut?
I don't know.
Look at that. It's even got a hair on it. Normally that's disgusting, but this is awesome. This is like deer, fresh deer hair.
By the hair we can see what kind of part it is.
Oh yeah? That was an ass hair. I'm sure that was an ass hair.
Was it black or
But why did you season the meat ahead of time? Why do you think that's a good idea?
to season meat or what?
Yeah, like why not season it like right when you're gonna put it on the grill? Why did you season it? Put salt on it?
I don't have so much knowledge about why exactly you're putting some salt, but
Yeah.
I'm putting it because it tastes better for me.
Yeah. Well, the reason I ask you is because not a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
Chefs do that.
Yeah.
But normal people are like, no, it's got to come straight from the refrigerator, salt on it, right on the grill, because there's this stupid witchcraft, which was false witchcraft, that said if you put salt on meat, then all the juices come out, which is horse shit. It doesn't.
Yeah.
All it does is like make it really, really good. The salt melts. It becomes kind of a liquid with the juices from the meat, and then it goes and permeates into the muscle, so you don't have like the boring kind of bland middle of a piece of meat. So I mean that's why I do it, and like the color changes, it becomes a little bit translucent. Like I love how it looks, man.
Yeah.
So it's cool that you're doing that without even really knowing, like salt.
Yeah, it's like salt and a little bit pepper and actually nothing else.
Because we want to taste the reindeer.
Yeah,
we don't want to taste curry powder or whatever bullshit someone could put on it.
So, but let's
Yeah.
So you rub your chef.
Okay.
Yeah, cooking chef hands. You need any more?
Nope, that's enough.
Oh yeah.
No, we're good. We got the perfect amount of heat.
What are the 10 rules from the cook and chef to the rookies?
Salt, that's rule number 1, which he's already good at. I think that's probably the most important tool a chef has, to use salt cleverly. It's a flavor enhancer. People think it's like, oh, I don't want to taste salty. It's like, no. It enhances flavor. It makes whatever you're cooking taste exactly like what it is, but more. This is a good example. You need to have things so hot that you're afraid of it. Like, that's where you cook at. That's the point. Like, it isn't like a halfway thing. It has to be fucking hot. If you want color on it and you want that nice Maillard reaction, you want the crispness, the juiciness.
Well, what kind of ketchup you're using? I mean, when do you think the meat is ready when we don't have any temperature?
To be honest, I don't fucking know. Because it's negative 20 degrees Celsius, which I think is negative 11 Fahrenheit,
but then
outside. So like, you have these hot ass grills in the bottom, but usually there'd be residual heat kind of working its way up through the meat. But I don't think it's doing it now
okay,
because
stop.
Yeah, so we're gonna touch the meat and just kind of like touch it as you go. Just realize that it's changing, that it's getting cooked. So kind of a rule of thumb from back in the days we did is like you can touch your pinky like that, and that's like what well done feels like, which is horrible, and don't ever do that. And that's like medium well, medium, and then it actually is quite accurate. That is getting towards medium rare. So a lot of it depends on what kind of meat it is. We don't know what kind of meat this is, but we did kind of feel like that side is definitely still raw. And you can kind of feel, it's almost like you're imagining what the inside feels like while going through like that like layer of gray. I know that doesn't make any sense, but you're trying to imagine on what the inside feels like through the part that's already cooked. If that makes any sense, because that's exactly what you're trying to do. It's the same with like chicken, fish, like things have like a feel to it. And a lot of that just comes as like knife skills. It just comes with familiarity with a product. But it is strange for me to cook in negative 20 outside because there's no cooking happening right here. It's only happening on the very bottom.
looks really black one.
No, it's good. It's good flavor.
And do you want to explain what you?
And you gotta touch your food. Like, make sure your hands are clean, of course. But like, these are the best tools that you have. It's not even close. And they give you lots of information. So this is all raw. It's not a perfect way to do it. Like the best is a temperature probe. And anyone that says like, oh, I don't use a probe, the pros use a probe. I promise it's the way to cook. Like you just get a perfect, consistent product. I love when people are like, no, I just feel, you know, like especially when they're not chefs. I'm like, you shut the fuck up and get a probe. Stop. An important thing I think what people don't realize when you kind of have two systems in one here. You have this grill saute, this harsh direct heat, and then you put the lid down, you adjust the vents, and you get your oven now to the temperature you'd have of your oven at home. So this one is quite hot right now, so I'm gonna dial down the oxygen a little bit, so that's gonna kind of muffle the coals. Yeah, that's basically it. Like you're turning something that's like hot and harsh, only cooking on the one side the meat is down to, then you're covering it and making it in an oven, and it's just baking and finishing off. You've gotten all the color you already wanted from the grill, and now you're going to turn it into an oven. And that's a little bit of the tricky part for people, but I think it's an amazing skill to have. We think it's ready. Here, nice.
How long does it take to cook that kind of piece of meat?
It depends. There's so many variables I can't give you an answer. I think that's the most common cooking question is like people ask you how long, and you're like, it doesn't work that way. Like there's no like, oh, that's 7 minutes. It's like, no, when it's people, and my favorite smart ass answer is like, well, when is it ready? How long? Well, when it's done. Like, so we kind of felt this and we feel like it's done. And so now, then one of the next, like, if you brought up the 10 tips of cooking, people don't know, you have to let this meat rest.
Yeah.
You have to let it rest. And this is not a small piece of meat. So this is gonna rest for like 15, 20 minutes. And everyone's like, oh, is it gonna get cold? Fuck no, it's not gonna get cold. It's gonna get perfect. You have a very like kind of hot, and the outside is well done. The inside can be rare. But it's like weather system, it's like pressure, like it wants to equalize. So the hot and the cold want to become one, and this whole thing will now become over 15, 20 minutes, one temperature. And when you cut it, all the juice stays inside. It just, if you cut it now, it's so angry. It's like, this is such like an angry piece of meat. It's ripping hot, and all the juice is just gonna come out of it, and you've lost all that flavor, all that money you spent on a good piece of meat. It's like, wow, you didn't use the technique. So resting is massively important.
We have some portobello mushrooms with cheese, and let's see.
These bad boys just came off. Oh, can't go wrong with that. Cheesy mushrooms. Here you go, man. I wanted you to take it, not smell it.
So let's try the meat. Let's see how it's gone.
All right. Got,
We have also like blood pudding. Yeah, I never tried it before.
blood pudding. We have our mushroom friends here. Nice grilled asparagus. Yum. We went through all this effort and filmed all the fuck of this shit, and I overcooked or undercooked the meat. Because you cut it. Well, a little. Wow, it's fucking, we nailed it. Yeah, we fucking nailed it. It's medium rare for sure.
Yeah. Let's try it.
It is lean. It is. I kind of knew that going in. That reindeer meat is lean.
But it's like, if you take a look at this kind of piece of meat, right? It tastes really good.
We have reindeer meat.
Build that there with our hands.
It's really good. Good job on the seasoning, by the way. That's awesome. It's really beefy. Like more like beef than venison or anything. Good job on the seasoning. Nailed it. Oh, it's good. Super lean. Really tasty. Really tasty.